I met Marion in Cannes when she was here for 2 days and 1 night. Yeah, 2 days and 1 night.
Which was what, 2 years ago, was it? Or?
It was the same year as Mommy.
Same year as Mommy, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
and we met fleetingly, and I sort of very clumsily and it wasn't, but I told her that I wanted to work with her, that I loved her work, and it was a fleeting moment. We said hi, and then it was also the Dardenne brothers' night, so I didn't want to be too intrusive and invasive, so just went home. And I knew that this play was sitting somewhere in my library, that I had tried reading it a couple of years back, and that I just couldn't connect with the material. I thought it was a little boring. I didn't understand the characters, and I couldn't do it. And then I was like, well, that might be the media and the vehicle to get these guys together and work with Marion and have this reunion with Natalie. And then I read the play when I was back home, and everything was there. All the lies, all the secrets, all the looks, all the tension, all the silences, everything suddenly was just obvious. Page 6, I knew it was going to be my next movie. And I had never seen anything in it before.
There's something very tender about the way she looks at all those people without really judging them. Just, she carries a lot of love for them. And she really wants to protect her man from himself.
I didn't feel the need to say, I left because of this, I left because of that, I left that many years ago. The movie starts and he says, there are things in life that just prompt you to leave without ever looking back. And equally, there are as many things that sometimes force you to return. And for me, that was just enough. But I know some people will be longing for a little bit more context, but this is not the point of the story. The point is this one single afternoon that these characters are spending together, and how they're evolving in the same space, and who's listening and who's not listening, and who's watching who, and who's protecting who. And this is life, as this is a glimpse and a very limited window of time in the lives of people who are dramatically insensitive to each other and who don't know how to love each other. And I didn't feel the need to explain things. It is up to you, and I guess you. When I say you, sorry, I mean it is up to the audience. To the audience to decide. Sometimes you grow up in places where you don't feel you fit. You don't feel you can connect with people. And I think when he leaves, because the thing with I was telling Gaspard is it's very thankless, and it's not a lot of people will hate the character when the movie begins, thinking, how can you leave your family for 12 years? Even when you have dissension with people, how can you leave for that long? But normally, by the time the movie ends, at some point you have to say the guy didn't say one single word. There's one person who listened to him and saw him for who he was, and it's her. So that might be the reason why he left, without ever looking back.
Well, there's something very organic on Xavier's set. The way he directs actors, and also the way he works with his crew. He talks during the takes. Like a sculptor or a painter will move this when it's not dry, this little piece here and there, and it's really everything happens at the same time, the creation and the transformation. I loved it.
Did you?
I loved it. It was the first time for me. This kind of very singular and unique way of working when you're in a scene and you have this voice that comes into your ear and asks you things, and it's Yeah, it's like live art.
I guess I love to talk to actors when they're on camera because I feel like I want to act with them. They're great actors and I admire them and they're very creative. And sometimes you feel that you've written a part for someone, but you've also written a part against someone. It's not only a part for someone, like, hey, I've seen you in this film and I think I want you to do exactly the same thing in mine. Who wants that? What actor really wants to repeat himself or herself? People want novelty or novelty? Is that a word? Novelty? Anyway, newness, and they wanna, and I wanna surpass myself. And when they start acting, I don't know how to, I couldn't just say, okay, cut. We're gonna do it just a little more sad, and don't forget it's the winter right now. I don't understand these sort of indications. The only way I can share the information is by saying, can you try this? And that, and the thing too is the actors are completely invested in the scene, but I'm half invested in the scene with them, but I'm also looking at the screen at what the people will see. It's a very tiny screen and the image is shitty, but I can already see the movie right there, right then.
Et voici maintenant l'équipe de 10 pour la fin du monde. Nouveau équipe de voiture de la...
12年ぶりに家に帰る。
Il est là, il est arrivé. Merde, je suis pas prête. Vous pouvez pas le faire avant, non, il fallait que t'attendes qu'il arrive. Avant.
Ensuite, ça suffit. Une mère a le droit de vouloir impressionner son fils.
恐れを抱きながら12年の沈黙を破る理由は一つ。これから迎える僕の死を告げるため。
Mon chéri, avec chorizo pour Louis, t'aimes toujours ça?
Je veux raconter mes dimanches.
C'est quoi ce truc de toujours raconter des histoires qu'on connaît déjà?
On se rappelle, on raconte comme ça des choses qu'on aime, je vois pas le mal. Pourquoi t'es là? Mais bon,
Personne sait. Personne comprend. Est-ce qu'on s'est déjà connus, nous, de toute façon?
J'ai quelque chose à vous dire.
Vas-y! Et t'arrêtes de nous faire chier avec ça! Merde! Je te...
Que tu nous gâches notre putain de journée avec Louis.
t'as toujours pas compris.
怒りも憎しみも悲しみもその全てが愛だった。
Et ça, personne ne pourra me l'enlever.
D'accord.